This is how Canadian immigration policy is failing Ukrainian newcomers, and it's not quite succeeding to meet the needs and preferences of the Canadian people. Watch this video till the end and you will learn that there's one simple, critical step you can take now that will make a real difference. And I promise you, you have not heard about this before. In 2024, the government said that it would focus immigration quotas on those who are already in Canada. That makes sense. Canada is facing housing crisis, healthcare crisis. So the logical approach would be fewer new arrivals from people who are overseas and more permanent residence approvals for those who are already in Canada contributing, paying taxes. But is this really what is happening? Express entry is Canada's main federal economic immigration system. It works for invitation rounds, and the details matter. In 2025, only about 31% of all express entry invitations went to people under Canadian Experience class, meaning people who already live and work in Canada. The remaining 69% could be invited based on their foreign experience, job offers, in provincial nominee programs. So despite public promises, a big number of invitations is still going to people who are not in Canada. That means more pressure on housing, on healthcare, while people already contributing in Canada are stuck. So let me give you a real-life, shocking example. I work with people who fled the war and conflict in Ukraine, Iran, Gaza, and other places. They do not qualify as conventional refugees because they're in Canada, but they've been living in Canada for 2-3 years, contributing to Canadian economy, paying taxes. They speak good English. A lot of them work in express entry priority occupations. Some of them are literally rebuilding parliament buildings or working as teachers. And guess what? They're not invited because the competition is too large for them. Meanwhile, someone applying from overseas who's a little bit younger or has other reasons to have more points is invited instead of them. So thousands of Ukrainians who are working and living here are stuck in limbo for years. And here's what makes this even more troubling. According to recent polls by Ukrainian and Canadian Congress, 81% of Canadians prefer that Ukrainians stay in Canada long term. Canadians understand fairness. But the way express entry points, as well as many provincial nominee programs points are calculated, is outdated. It does not reflect today's reality, where we do not need new arrivals from overseas and we need to support people who are here in limbo. So when Ukrainians are left without options, it forces them to use the last resort, apply for humanitarian and compassion grounds application. This program is highly discretionary, meaning that anyone can get refused. And what makes it even worse, it is extremely backlogged. There's currently over 100,000 applications waiting in queue and only 10,000 spots per year in the immigration levels plan. We even made a documentary about this. It's called Not Refugees, Ukrainians in Canadian Legal Limbo. The film won 9 international awards and was screened at 17 international film festivals. You might have heard about recent calls to create special pathway for Ukrainians, recent petitions, but under the current structure for immigration quotas, these applications would be placed under the same humanitarian stream, which currently is facing over 10 years processing times. Without reforming how quotas are allocated, a new special pathway for Ukrainians unfortunately will not solve this limbo problem. If you believe that Canada should reduce pressure on housing and healthcare, prioritize workers already in Canada, give Ukrainians already in Canada a real chance to stay, then please take action. Sign the petition below. Also, join our Telegram channel where you can download sample letters that you can send to your members of the parliament. As I already mentioned, we made a documentary, internationally award-winning documentary on this topic. If you're interested further, click on the link below and you can buy, donate what you can ticket in order to watch this film. Together we can create change, but only if we speak up.